Hi, this is Jerzy. Fantastic day today here in Mörbisch, and it's great time. It's noon. It's a great time to test the little stopper and the big stopper in real life at noon here by the lake in Mörbisch am See. So stay here, keep watching, and see what results I'm going to bring home. So we are testing today two neutral density filters. One is the little stopper, the new one from Lee, and the well-known big stopper. The wind is gone, unfortunately. I was hoping to get some more structure in the water to be able to show how much 6 stops or 10 stops affect the picture, but there's nothing I can do. So the test which I'm going to do now is more about the color cast and how much light is the 6 stops neutral density filter taking, or the 10 stops. I know this one, it says it's called 10 stops neutral density filter big stopper, but it takes more. It takes about 11 stops, and it has a very strong blue cast. This one, it's quite new to me. I'm testing. I pre-framed already the camera. I want to utilize this pier, those leading lines. I'm actually pointing downwards, so the beginning of this pier sort of starts at the very bottom of the frame. At the moment I'm just taking a shot which is 125th of a second, f11 ISO 100, and this will be my base shot to compare with the others. I'm really exposing a lot to the right, but I'm still not clipping, so theoretically I could go either third of a stop more. So let's go hundredths of a second. And I think I'm good. I'm still not clipping, so I'm getting everything. But this is like a really dull shot. I forgot to mention, the white balance is on both cameras is set to today for a change. I just selected the preset, which is a daylight, and I want to keep it consistent with the daylight because I want to see the result with the Lee filter, with the big stopper and the little stopper, if I'm getting any color cast. But to make this picture sort of more dramatic, before I even put the ND filter, which is a little stopper of a big stopper, I will put the 3 stops ND grad just to darken the horizon. So let's get the 3 stops 09 hard grad. This is the without, and I'm just mounting the ND 3 stops hard grad. As you see, it's coming through the lens. And I want to just a little bit darken the horizon. I mean, unfortunately, there is not many clouds on the horizon. I mean, there are some clouds, but they are not. There is no texture really. But I just want to make something dramatic here on this noon day. It's 12:19 at the moment. Let's take the picture. To make sure we're good. Let's check the histogram. I think I have to play with the ND gradation line here. Let's take another shot. Hello. There is a boat coming. Let me just get this boat here. Yeah. It's just something extra, but what I'm thinking is 3 stops because the sun is on this side. I think 3 stops is too strong. Theoretically I should have calculated this, but I just started with 3 stops. Let's do 2 stops and the grad. So let's position. I think 2 stops will be better. Or maybe I should use the soft grad. Normally I would use the hard grad here because I have a real horizon line, but I would like to darken a little bit here of the foreground. So let me get the 2 stops soft, and I think it will look more natural in this case. Yeah, much better. So I'm at hundredths of a second, f11, ISO 100. I see those boats here. Let's take a picture. Yeah, much nicer. Is when I compared those two before, the other one looked really artificial. So because there's not so much light contrast between the foreground and the sky, so the soft grad works much better in this situation. The wind is gone. I mean, there are almost no waves. My idea was to play with the waves here and to see the difference between the little stopper and the big stopper, but most probably I will just have to concentrate really to see if I'm getting any color cast or not. So this is the hundredth of a second. Even if I go to f22, the maximum I can get is 20-second exposure. But then I know my sensor is bloody dirty, so I'll have like 20 millions of spots. Exposure is the same. So I'm going back to f11. I don't want to spend too much time cleaning the sensor. So 100th of a second, f11. Let's go just in case. 125th of a second. It will be easier to calculate. Histogram looks perfect. So let's start with the little stopper. This is a 6 stops filter. Little stopper. There is a guide from Lee, which you can use it. If you are at 125th of a second, with this filter you should go to half a second exposure. Before I forget later on, let me just close down the eyepiece, the viewfinder, because I always forget about this. So what did we say? Half a second. So let's put the little stopper. This is the one. It looks very much the same as the big stopper. The difference is that through this one you can see something. With the other one, it's like pure black. What's nice here, there is also this foam at the back. So when you put it into the slot nearest to the lens, it completely seals off the light. So let me put it in. Now, of course, it's pitch black. And what did I say? Half a second. So let's change it to, let's switch back to the live view. I am at half a second, but when I think it takes a bit more when because the light doesn't change at the moment. The previous picture was 125th of a second. Let me just check the histogram of the previous picture. Using exactly this calculation as the Lee guide is telling me, I think this one is slightly, not really underexposed, but I see a slight difference. I think this one takes a bit more than exactly 6 stops. So let's open up by at least third of a stop, because I'm just looking at the meter here. So I'm going to 0.6 of a second. And I think this will be, and now I'm getting the same exposure. The one good news is I don't really see any color cast, at least here. I mean, it's really difficult to judge using this screen in the sunlight, but to me it looks that it's representing the real colors. But the one test, let's say now, and that's why I took this filter here in the bright sun. I took this filter out. I wanted, when the light conditions don't change, so I know exactly that how much light the filter is taking. So in this case, I already see that this is more than a 6 stops. It's like 6 1/3, maybe 2/3 of a stop. 6 stops, if I wanted to do a picture with about 1 second, 2 seconds exposure, this little stopper would be fantastic. But now it's way too short. Half a second, 1 second is too short. And now let's try with the big stopper. With the big stopper, again, there is a guide. I don't remember. 125th of a second should be 8 seconds. Now, I know this one takes a bit more. It's something, it's like 10 and a half stops. So instead of 8 seconds, I will go immediately to 10 seconds exposure. Histogram looks nice, but this one takes even longer. So let's go to 15 seconds. So I should really be able to, okay, there's nothing really to blur. In a better weather conditions or the situation would be nicer effects, at least with clouds. But at the moment I'm at the midday, it's 12:30 and I'm set the camera to f11, 15 seconds, ISO 100. So let's give it a go. Looks nice, however I can barely see it. Let's look at the histogram. Histogram looks perfect. F11, 15 seconds. So this filter I can see barely, but it takes about 11 stops in reality, and it does give you a nice blue cast. On the other hand, during those weather conditions at this moment, this blue cast is nice because it adds some sort of drama into the picture. Let me switch to ISO 50 and let's go completely to 30 seconds. And then we can compare those pictures side by side when we start post-processing. The JPEG preview tells me I'm clipping. Okay, I think the sun came out a bit through some. Okay, it didn't really came out, but some cloud must have moved. But otherwise it looks perfect. Let's just close down to f13. Nice. I'm sure we'll have one picture out of it. I would have normally tried with more, play more with long exposures, but unfortunately the weather changed. It's too calm. I don't see any texture here in water, so that doesn't really make sense. Either I have to come back here later, or we will have to refilm it. I think we will wrap the test. Let's get all the pictures into the computer and see what are the results. And I want to put all those pictures together side by side, so we'll see the difference between different exposures and the color casts. So remember, stay tuned, keep watching, subscribe, share it, and keep watching. Till next time, this was Jerzy from Mörbisch am See. By the way, if you need to rent some cheap boat for the day here by the lake in Mörbisch, come here to Mörbisch, to Segelschule Lang. Ask for Freddy, or you can just probably mention that you watched the video and you're coming from Jerzy Bean Photography. I'm sure you'll get a decent price for the day, and you can enjoy the whole weekend, or the Saturday or Sunday here in Mörbisch, and you will absolutely love it.